EMP apocalypse, total electronics destruction. Imagine waking up to find all your electronics dead. An EMP just hit. No alarms, no lights, no phones. You scramble in confusion, realizing that nothing works. The world as you know it has come to a sudden halt. Panic sets in as you ponder the implications of this invisible threat. An EMP, or electromagnetic pulse, is a burst of electromagnetic energy capable of disrupting electronic devices. These pulses can be naturally occurring or man-made, and their effects can range from minor glitches to complete electronic shutdowns. Understanding what an EMP is can help prepare for its potential devastation. There are two primary types of EMPs, natural and man-made. Natural EMPs can originate from solar flares, while man-made EMPs are often the result of nuclear detonations or specialized weapons. Both types can have catastrophic impacts on electronic infrastructure, but their sources and mechanisms differ significantly. Historically, EMP effects were first observed during nuclear tests in the mid-20th century. The Starfish Prime test in 1962, for instance, resulted in widespread electronic disruption in Hawaii, thousands of miles away from the detonation site. Such incidents highlighted the destructive power of EMPs and spurred ongoing research and preparedness efforts. An EMP disrupts electronics by generating intense electromagnetic fields that induce voltage surges in electrical circuits. These surges can overload and damage electronic components, rendering devices inoperative. The severity of the disruption depends on the strength of the pulse and the vulnerability of the affected equipment. Electromagnetic pulses interact with the atmosphere by creating a burst of electromagnetic radiation. This radiation ionizes the air, generating a wave of charged particles. The interaction disrupts the Earth's magnetic field, leading to cascading effects on electronic systems and communication networks, making them vulnerable to malfunction and failure. The range of an EMP blast depends on its source and altitude. High-altitude detonations can affect large geographic areas, potentially impacting entire countries. On the other hand, localized EMPs from smaller sources have a more limited reach but can still cause significant damage to nearby electronics and infrastructure. The immediate effects of an EMP are devastating for electronics. Power surges can fry circuits, rendering devices inoperable. Computers, smartphones, and other gadgets could instantly shut down or become permanently damaged. This immediate disruption can halt daily activities and create widespread panic and confusion. Power grids are particularly susceptible to EMPs. The surges can overload transformers and substations, leading to widespread blackouts. Restoring power becomes a Herculean task as damaged infrastructure needs repair or replacement. This loss of electricity could have cascading effects on all sectors relying on a stable power supply. Communication systems collapse almost instantaneously after an EMP event. Radio, television, internet, and phone networks go dark, severing the lines of information flow. Emergency services and military operations struggle to coordinate. The inability to communicate exacerbates the chaos, making recovery efforts even more challenging. The effects of an EMP on transportation networks would be immediate and severe. Modern vehicles rely heavily on electronic systems for everything from ignition to navigation. Traffic control systems, including traffic lights and railway signals, would fail, leading to chaos on the roads and potential accidents, making travel nearly impossible. The banking and financial systems would experience a catastrophic breakdown following an EMP event. Electronic transactions, ATMs, and online banking services would be rendered inoperable. Stock exchanges would halt and financial data could be lost, causing significant economic disruptions and potentially leading to financial crises on both local and global scales. Hospitals, which depend on electronic devices for patient care, would be severely impacted by an EMP. Life-saving equipment like ventilators, monitors, and electronic health records would fail. Emergency generators might provide temporary relief, but the overall ability to provide medical care would be drastically reduced, risking countless lives. Water supply systems, reliant on electronic pumps and control systems, would face significant disruptions. An EMP could halt the purification and distribution of water, leading to shortages and potential contamination. Without a steady water supply, both urban and rural areas would struggle to meet essential needs, exacerbating the crisis. The food distribution network, heavily dependent on electronic logistics and refrigeration, would collapse after an EMP. Supermarkets would quickly run out of perishable items, and restocking would be impossible without functioning transportation and communication systems. This disruption would lead to food shortages, creating widespread panic and exacerbating the overall disaster. An EMP strike could cripple military operations, rendering advanced weaponry and communication systems ineffective. Modern militaries rely heavily on electronic systems for coordination, navigation, and targeting. In the event of an EMP, these capabilities would be severely compromised, potentially leaving armed forces vulnerable and unable to respond effectively to threats. The loss of personal electronic devices would be immediate and widespread. Smartphones, tablets, and laptops would all cease to function, disconnecting individuals from communication and information sources. This sudden loss could cause panic and confusion, making it difficult for people to access vital information or contact loved ones. Household appliances would also be affected, leading to significant disruptions in daily life. Refrigerators, microwaves, and washing machines would stop working, making food storage and preparation challenging. The inability to use these essential appliances could greatly impact the quality of life and create additional hurdles in managing basic household tasks. Emergency services would be compromised, hampering efforts to respond to crisis. Police, fire, and medical services rely on electronic communication and coordination systems. An EMP would disrupt these systems, delaying response times and potentially endangering lives. The inability to effectively deploy emergency resources could exacerbate the overall impact of the event. The potential global economic fallout from an EMP event could be catastrophic. Financial systems, reliant on electronic transactions and data, would grind to a halt. Stock markets, banking operations, and international trade could experience significant disruptions, leading to a severe economic downturn. The recovery process would be lengthy and challenging for affected economies. EMPs can significantly compromise cybersecurity by damaging or disabling the electronic infrastructure that supports data storage and transmission. Without functional servers and communication networks, the ability to manage and secure data becomes nearly impossible. This could lead to data breaches, loss of sensitive information, and widespread digital chaos. EMP shielding involves using materials and technologies designed to protect electronic devices from the effects of an electromagnetic pulse. This can include Faraday cages and specialized coatings. Effective shielding helps safeguard critical systems, ensuring they remain operational during and after an EMP event, thereby mitigating potential damage. Governments worldwide are increasingly aware of the EMP threat and are taking measures to prepare. Strategies include hardening critical infrastructure, conducting research, and implementing policies to ensure resilience. Collaboration with private sectors and international partners is essential to develop comprehensive plans and enhance overall preparedness against EMP attacks. Individuals can take several steps to prepare for an EMP event. These include storing essential electronics in Faraday cages, stockpiling non-perishable food and water, and having backup power sources like generators. Staying informed and following government guidelines can significantly enhance personal and family readiness for an unexpected EMP scenario. Many myths surround EMPs, such as the idea that they can instantly plunge the entire world into darkness. While EMPs are highly disruptive, their effects vary based on factors like altitude and proximity. Understanding the science behind EMPs helps debunk these myths and promotes more accurate public awareness and preparedness. EMP weapons are designed to emit powerful bursts of electromagnetic radiation, capable of disabling electronic devices and infrastructure. These weapons can be deployed via missiles, drones, or even ground-based systems, posing a significant threat to modern technology-dependent societies. Their development raises concerns about potential misuse and global security implications. The threat of EMP attacks has influenced international relations, prompting nations to consider their vulnerabilities and defense strategies. Diplomatic efforts and treaties aim to prevent the use of EMP weapons, but the risk remains. Tensions between technologically advanced nations grow as they develop countermeasures and deterrents to protect their critical infrastructure. An EMP blast can severely impact satellites, disrupting GPS, communication, and weather monitoring systems. These high-altitude detonations can affect satellites in low Earth orbit and beyond, leading to widespread technological chaos. The loss of these vital systems would have far-reaching consequences for both civilian and military operations. Natural EMPs, such as those caused by solar flares, can also wreak havoc on electronic systems. Solar storms emit electromagnetic radiation that can penetrate the Earth's atmosphere, potentially damaging satellites and ground-based infrastructure. Monitoring space weather and developing protective measures are crucial to mitigating the impact of these natural events. Recovery from an EMP event can take weeks, months, or even years, depending on the severity of the damage. Restoring power grids, communications, and other critical infrastructure requires significant resources and coordination. Governments and organizations must prioritize resilience and preparedness to minimize recovery time and ensure societal stability. Building infrastructure resilience against EMPs involves reinforcing critical systems to withstand or quickly recover from disruptions. This includes hardening power grids, communication networks, and transportation systems by incorporating robust shielding and backup systems. These measures help ensure essential services remain operational or can be swiftly restored after an EMP event. Global EMP drills are conducted to enhance readiness and response capabilities. These exercises simulate EMP scenarios, allowing governments and organizations to test and refine their contingency plans. By identifying weaknesses and improving coordination, these drills contribute to a more resilient infrastructure and better preparedness for potential EMP threats. Critical infrastructures, such as power plants, communication networks, and transportation hubs, are highly vulnerable to EMPs. A well-timed EMP attack could cripple these essential services, leading to widespread chaos and economic disruption. Protecting these infrastructures through advanced engineering and strategic planning is crucial for maintaining societal stability and security. Ongoing research on EMPs focuses on understanding their effects and developing mitigation strategies. Scientists and engineers are exploring new materials and technologies to enhance EMP shielding. This research aims to create more resilient systems, ensuring that both public and private sectors can better withstand and recover from EMP-induced disruptions. Legislation regarding EMPs is essential for establishing standards and protocols to protect critical infrastructure. Governments are enacting laws to mandate EMP resilience measures and fund research initiatives. These regulations help create a unified approach to addressing EMP threats, ensuring that essential services remain functional and societal stability is maintained. Real-world examples of EMP effects offer a glimpse into potential future disruptions. The Starfish Prime test in 1962, for instance, resulted in widespread electrical issues in Hawaii. These case studies highlight the vulnerability of modern infrastructures to EMPs, underlining the importance of preparation and resilience in the face of such threats. EMP scenarios are frequently explored in popular media, depicting the chaos and challenges of a world without electronics. Films, TV shows, and books often dramatize the catastrophic consequences of an EMP, sparking public curiosity and awareness about the real-life implications of electromagnetic pulses. Insights from EMP experts provide valuable guidance on mitigating risks and enhancing preparedness. These specialists emphasize the need for robust infrastructure, EMP shielding, and comprehensive emergency plans. Their knowledge helps shape policies and strategies to safeguard critical systems and ensure swift recovery in the event of an EMP attack. Understanding the far-reaching impact of EMPs is crucial for individuals and organizations alike. By recognizing the vulnerabilities and taking proactive measures, society can better withstand and recover from such an event. Awareness, preparation, and resilience are key to minimizing the disruption caused by an EMP. Stay informed about EMP scenarios and take steps to prepare. Equip your home with necessary supplies, safeguard essential electronics, and support initiatives aimed at enhancing infrastructure resilience. By staying vigilant and proactive, you can help mitigate the risks and ensure a more secure future in the face of EMP threats.